Ben here with UMT360. We all want to realise maximum business value from every dollar invested in our project and programme portfolios. It's a challenge that requires more than the traditional set it and forget it approach to annual planning. What's required is a dynamic planning approach, one that constantly gauges the impact of poor project performance. With this, we're able to measure budget utilisation and provide the financial and strategic insight needed to rebalance the portfolio. So let's look at how UMT360 transforms Microsoft Project Online and Project Server to integrate a dynamic planning framework to streamline change requests and deliver the insight to continuously optimize spend and maximize ROI across the portfolio. Okay, so we're looking at the cost portfolio tracking dashboard in UMT360 and looking at the key variances by department. Very easy to drill down to identify projects that are both over budget and under budget. First, the projects that are over budget with positive variance, and decisions here are going to be whether to give more money to these projects or descope these projects or maybe even cancel these projects. Next, these are the projects that are running under budget with negative variance. We want to release money quickly from these projects and reallocate across the portfolio. Let's drill down to take a look at one of the projects running over budget. Here we can see the health assessment reporting tool is currently running 32% over budget. We're also looking at the overall strategic yield of this project. This is the strategic value divided by the cost. We can see there's negative yield because the cost has risen and the value stayed the same. And this is simply acting as an early warning investment viability indicator for this project. So let's see how easy it is to drill down and raise a change request to request more funds for this project as it's running 32% over budget. This project's currently in the execution stage. My budget is locked. By opening the approved budget, it's very easy in the ribbon to simply raise a new change request and submit for approval. To save time, I'm simply going to copy my forecast costs and overwrite my budget. The governance controls won't allow you to overwrite the budget and simply raises a change request on the user's behalf. As you can see here, a change request is posted to the log, and you can drill down to learn more about that change request. It's also easy to see who's down to approve this change request. So we're now looking at a change request dashboard, which is simply aggregating the change requests from across the organization. We're able to see the releases, the funds that are being given back, as well as the redirects, the incremental funding requests for existing projects. If I scroll down here, I can see a list of all the redirects, and we have redirects totaling $790,000. And I can also see a list of all the releases, and we have releases here totaling $407,000. Releases are never questioned, they're simply approved. We now need to ask ourselves, do we want to give more money to existing projects, or should we bring in net new projects from the pipeline to optimize spend and maximize value across the portfolio? So the interesting point to note about some of these metrics here, if we look at our total organizational budget that's available, it's $20 million, but yet we only have $17 million committed to date. So we have a budget utilization issue. So we have funds to burn. Let's look at how we can support the decision making when to bring in new projects versus invest more in existing. So this dashboard simply is stack ranking my existing projects that require incremental funds with new projects from the pipeline, and is using that strategic yield metric, the strategic value divided by the cost of each investment, or the bang for the buck. As you can see, based on the overall top-down budget and releases that have been made, we actually have $3.2 million that can be invested, and $790,000 worth of change requests that are raised from existing projects. The tool here is simply stack ranking both the existing projects and the net new projects based on their strategic yield, and drawing the line when we run out of that 3.2 million. Notice the tool is making a recommendation when to select a pipeline project versus investing more in an existing or committed project. Our current strategic yield of the portfolio is 1,500. If we adhere to the recommendations of the tool, our overall portfolio yield goes up to 1,519. So for UMT360, it's easy to look at the impact of the decisions being made. We keep a keen eye on two things: maximizing the yield across the portfolio, as well as optimizing the available budget. And whether you're tracking on a monthly or quarterly basis, it's easy to see the decisions that have been made. You can see the budget at the start of the period. You can see the releases from existing projects. You can see how many new projects were bought in. And you can see the incremental funds to existing projects. And at each period, you're able to identify the budget utilization and the variance from a yield perspective at the portfolio level. So that's a quick look at how you can dynamically reallocate funds to optimize spend and maximize ROI with UMT360 and Microsoft Project Server. UMT360 is the only enterprise portfolio management solution built on SharePoint, so you get seamless integration with Microsoft Project Online and Project Server, and even more value from your Microsoft platform investment. Want to know more? Connect with us at UMT360.com, and we'll be happy to show you how easy it is to transform the way you manage your product, business capability, program, IT asset, and project portfolios.